Have you ever walked into a place you've never been before, but felt an eerie sense of familiarity? Or had a conversation and suddenly felt like you've lived that exact moment before? That spine-tingling, almost surreal experience is what we call déjà vu. It's one of the most mysterious phenomena of the human mind, and it has puzzled scientists, philosophers, and even everyday people for centuries. But what exactly is déjà vu? Is it a glitch in our brain, a fragment of a forgotten memory, or something more profound? In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating psychology of déjà vu, from exploring how our brain processes memories to unraveling the theories that attempt to explain this strange feeling. We'll uncover the science, myths, and mysteries behind this intriguing phenomenon. Stick around, because what you're about to learn might just make your next déjà vu experience even more fascinating. Déjà vu, a term derived from French meaning already seen, describes a fleeting and often inexplicable sensation of familiarity when encountering a situation or place that should, in theory, feel completely new. Imagine walking into a room for the first time and feeling an overwhelming sense that you've been there before, or having a conversation and feeling certain that you've already lived that exact moment. It's a strange, almost otherworldly experience that can leave you questioning your memory, your perception, or even reality itself. What makes déjà vu even more fascinating is how universal it is. Studies suggest that approximately 60–70% of people have experienced it at least once in their lives, typically during their teens and young adulthood. While it's more commonly reported in younger individuals, people of all ages, cultures, and backgrounds encounter this peculiar phenomenon, making it a shared human experience. Despite its fleeting nature, déjà vu has sparked endless curiosity and countless theories, from scientific explanations rooted in neuroscience to more mystical interpretations about past lives or alternate dimensions. But what causes this strange feeling, and why does it happen? Let's explore the science and psychology behind it, the psychology and neuroscience behind déjà vu. To understand the psychology and neuroscience behind déjà vu, we first need to examine how the brain processes memory. Our memories are stored and retrieved through a complex network involving the hippocampus, which is responsible for forming new memories, and the temporal lobes, which play a significant role in recognizing and recalling past experiences. When these systems work seamlessly, we can distinguish between familiar and unfamiliar experiences. However, déjà vu may occur when there's a temporary glitch or mismatch in this intricate system, causing the brain to mistake a new experience for something familiar. One of the most widely discussed explanations for déjà vu is the dual processing theory. This theory suggests that the brain processes information through two separate but parallel pathways, one responsible for processing the details of a situation and another for evaluating its familiarity. Déjà vu might occur when these pathways, which usually work in perfect synchronization, briefly fall out of sync. For example, if the pathway assessing familiarity processes slightly faster than the one analyzing details, the brain may perceive a sense of recognition even though it's encountering the situation for the first time. This temporary lag creates the illusion of having experienced the moment before. Another compelling explanation comes from the hologram theory. This theory likens memory to a hologram, where even a small fragment of stored information can evoke a complete memory. In the context of déjà vu, a current experience may share subtle but incomplete similarities with a stored memory. This partial overlap tricks the brain into feeling like the entire situation is familiar, even if the memory being triggered is unrelated or vague. For example, a scent, color, or layout of a room might align just enough with an old memory to create a sense of déjà vu. Both theories underscore how déjà vu may be the result of our brain's remarkable, yet sometimes fallible, ability to process and interpret memories. These glitches highlight the complexity of how we perceive and recognize the world around us, revealing that even slight irregularities in the brain's processing can give rise to profound and mysterious experiences, like déjà vu. Memory errors and cognitive explanations for déjà vu. One popular explanation for déjà vu is the false memory theory, which suggests that the sensation arises when the brain mistakenly recalls something similar but unrelated from the past. Imagine flipping through an old photo album. One picture might remind you of a place you've visited, even though it's a completely different location. Déjà vu might work in a similar way. Your brain retrieves a fragment of an old memory that resembles the current moment, but misattributes it to the present, leading to that uncanny feeling of familiarity. This confusion can happen because our memories are not perfect recordings of the past, but rather reconstructions, vulnerable to distortion and error. Another cognitive explanation involves a glitch in the brain's recognition system, particularly in the medial temporal lobe. This region is crucial for identifying whether something is familiar or new. Within it, structures like the hippocampus and parahippocampal cortex play specific roles in processing and evaluating memories. When functioning correctly, this system helps us recognize familiar faces, places, and objects while distinguishing them from novel experiences. However, a brief malfunction, such as a slight misfire in the neural circuits, can lead to a situation being incorrectly flagged as familiar, creating the sensation of déjà vu. Research also shows that fatigue, stress, and distraction can make these memory errors more likely. When the brain is overworked or under-rested, its ability to process and organize sensory information weakens, increasing the likelihood of glitches. Stress can heighten the brain's sensitivity to minor cues, making it easier for unrelated memories to surface and feel connected to the present. Distraction, meanwhile, may prevent the brain from fully focusing on the details of the current moment, creating gaps in perception that lead to déjà vu. These factors suggest that déjà vu isn't just a random quirk of the brain, but a reflection of its intricate and sometimes fallible processes for managing memory, recognition, and attention. While it may feel mysterious or unsettling, déjà vu also offers a fascinating glimpse into the complexity and occasional imperfections of how our minds work. The role of the subconscious in déjà vu. Déjà vu might also stem from the intricate workings of the subconscious mind, a realm of thought and perception that operates beneath our conscious awareness. Our subconscious is constantly processing an enormous amount of sensory information, even details we don't actively notice or pay attention to. This subtle, behind-the-scenes processing could play a pivotal role in triggering the eerie sensation of déjà vu. Imagine walking into a room and feeling like you've been there before, even though you know you haven't. One explanation is that certain familiar stimuli in the environment, like a particular arrangement of furniture, a specific color palette, or even a faint scent, may closely resemble something you've encountered in the past. Your subconscious mind picks up on these similarities and links them to a stored memory, but the connection doesn't quite rise to the level of conscious awareness. As a result, you're left with a vague, inexplicable sense of familiarity. For example, you might enter a cafe and feel a déjà vu-like familiarity because the sound of the music, the aroma of coffee, or the lighting reminds your subconscious of a completely different place you visited years ago. These subtle cues, processed without you realizing it, can trick your brain into perceiving a new experience as something you've already lived. Another intriguing idea is that subliminal familiarity might occur when you've briefly encountered something before without realizing it. Let's say you've walked past a street corner on your way to work every day without paying much attention to it. When you finally stop to notice the corner in detail, the subconscious memory of all those fleeting glances might bubble to the surface, giving you a sense of déjà vu. This theory highlights the profound influence of the subconscious mind on our perceptions. It's constantly working to connect the dots between past experiences and present stimuli, often without us being aware of it. In the case of déjà vu, these subconscious processes might blur the lines between memory and reality, giving us a fascinating, if fleeting, insight into the depths of our mind's capabilities. Other theories and mystical interpretations of déjà vu. Beyond scientific explanations, déjà vu has long captured the imagination of various cultures and belief systems, inspiring a wealth of mystical and metaphysical interpretations. For some, this uncanny feeling of familiarity transcends the boundaries of neuroscience and delves into the realms of spirituality and the unknown. One of the most widely held mystical perspectives links déjà vu to the idea of past lives. In this view, the sensation arises from memories or experiences from a previous incarnation. For example, walking through a city you've never visited might feel familiar because, according to this belief, your soul may have lived there in a different lifetime. Cultures and religions that embrace reincarnation often see déjà vu as a momentary glimpse into the continuity of the soul's journey, offering a sense of connection to something greater than the self. Another intriguing interpretation is the parallel universe theory, which suggests that déjà vu occurs when our reality overlaps with an alternate dimension or timeline. According to this idea, the familiar sensation stems from an alignment between the present moment and a similar event playing out in another version of reality. While there's no scientific evidence to support the existence of parallel universes, the concept resonates with those drawn to the mystery of quantum physics and the possibility of multiple dimensions. Others view déjà vu as a spiritual or metaphysical experience, interpreting it as a sign of being on the right path in life or as a message from a higher power. In this sense, déjà vu is seen not as a glitch in the brain, but as a meaningful moment, an indication of alignment with destiny, spiritual growth, or cosmic guidance. This perspective emphasizes the emotional and existential significance of the experience, making it deeply personal and comforting for those who hold such beliefs. However, it's essential to balance these interpretations with a recognition of the lack of scientific evidence supporting them. While they offer an emotionally appealing and imaginative lens for understanding déjà vu, they remain speculative and outside the realm of empirical research. At the same time, these mystical theories reflect humanity's innate curiosity and desire to find meaning in life's mysteries, highlighting how déjà vu bridges the gap between science and wonder. Whether you lean toward the scientific or the mystical, déjà vu invites us to explore the boundaries of memory, perception, and existence. It reminds us that some experiences defy easy explanation, leaving room for curiosity, introspection, and perhaps even a touch of magic in the by every day. Déjà vu in researching. Déjà vu has been a fascinating but challenging endeavor for scientists. Given its spontaneous and unpredictable nature, researchers have had to get creative in designing experiments to simulate and investigate this mysterious phenomenon in controlled settings. One of the most innovative methods involves the use of virtual reality, VR. By creating immersive and familiar-looking environments, researchers can manipulate specific elements to trigger feelings of familiarity in participants. For instance, a study might have participants navigate a virtual space that subtly mimics a location they've seen earlier, but don't consciously recognize. This controlled resemblance can evoke sensations similar to déjà vu, providing valuable insight into how memory and recognition work in the brain. Another experimental approach involves memory-related tasks. In some studies, researchers use word associations or picture recognition to plant subtle cues that may later evoke feelings of familiarity. For example, participants might be shown a list of words or images, then exposed to new but slightly altered versions of those stimuli. The goal is to create a situation where the brain mistakenly flags the new material as familiar, mimicking the mechanics of déjà vu. Despite these creative approaches, studying déjà vu comes with significant challenges. For one, it's an entirely subjective experience. Researchers rely on participants to report their sensations of déjà vu, making it difficult to measure or verify objectively. Moreover, the phenomenon is fleeting, often lasting only seconds, which complicates efforts to capture it in real time during experiments. Another hurdle is its unpredictability. Scientists can't easily predict when or how often someone will experience déjà vu in their daily life, making it tricky to replicate the conditions that trigger it. Even when using VR or memory experiments, not all participants report the sensation, which limits the consistency of findings. Despite these obstacles, déjà vu research has provided fascinating insights into the brain's memory systems, particularly how we process familiarity and recognition. It has also underscored the brain's remarkable yet occasionally flawed ability to make sense of the world around us. As technology continues to advance, researchers may develop even more sophisticated methods for studying déjà vu, bringing us closer to unraveling the full mystery of this captivating experience. And there you have it, the psychology and science behind déjà vu. Whether it's a fleeting memory glitch, a complex brain process, or something we have yet to fully understand, one thing is clear. Déjà vu is a reminder of just how mysterious and powerful our minds truly are. The next time you experience it, take a moment to appreciate the wonder of your brain at work. Was this your first time diving into the science of déjà vu, or have you had your own theories about it? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your experiences and thoughts. And if you found this video as fascinating to watch as I did creating it, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more intriguing explorations into the human mind. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning the world around you. See you in the next video.